All right, YouTube, what is going on? It is Zaya here from Zaya&TheSteelers back with another video. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about the Steelers' loss to the Ravens. So if you guys are Steelers fans or you enjoy NFL content in general, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications. We are on the road to 2,000 subscribers. Shout out to the people who have subscribed already. And shout out to the future subscribers, man. Also, let's get a shout out to the members. If you guys would like to support me in this channel more, be sure to hit that join button down in the description below. And as you can see in the background, I had the brooms ready. I was ready to get on here hyped because we had swept the Ravens once again, but it did not go down like that. And honestly, it was just a beatdown. Like, we look back to last week against the Philadelphia Eagles, and we kind of got beat down. And then in this game, it was close for a second. We had our chances, but we just had too many costly mistakes, too many turnovers, too many times where the Ravens were just able to drive on us. And there's been a lot of overreactions. I'm reading the Twitter, I'm reading the X, I'm reading the Facebook post. There's a lot of overreactions about this game. I don't necessarily want to do that in this one. But we are facing the same problems that we have been facing over and over and over again. The offense is just very stagnant at best. And then today, we did not help ourselves with turnovers. Russell Wilson had a fumble. He had an interception. He had an interception right after a Minkah Fitzpatrick interception, and boy, that was tough. I was watching the game at a Texas Roadhouse, funny enough, and when Minkah got that interception on the goal line, I was like, holy fuck, we might actually win this game. Like, we're right back in it. Okay, we're down by a touchdown. We're going to drive it. We're going to tie it, and we're going to do our thing. And then, like, I shit you not, we had to wait longer for the bread than it did for the Ravens to get the ball back, because, like, I shit you not, the Ravens got the ball right fucking back. And that was it. That was ball game. It was a pick six. And then earlier in the game, Russell Wilson had like a 20-yard run. All he had to do was slide, but he saw the end zone. He saw the paint, and he put his head down. And that's Mr. Unlimited. And low key, it's in hindsight, it's like, okay, you should have slid. And like, duh, obviously he should have slid. But man, that's Mr. Unlimited. That's Russell Wilson. He thought he could get that touchdown. I'm not the most mad at it. Of course, you know, you can't fumble the fucking football. But he was just trying to get the touchdown, so it is what it is. But yes, the offense really shit the bed today. We had a few plays, like Calvin Austin has been hooping. Can we get some claps for Calvin Austin in a loss? Like, Calvin Austin, he has really stepped up when his number has been called. Van Jefferson almost had a touchdown. Cole Pruitt had a fucking touchdown today. Like, we were really throwing everything we had out there, but we're just not very good on offense. And so when that happens, and then the defense, of course, we're down. You know, we're down all of our cornerbacks. Like, Joey Porter Jr. ended up getting hurt in this game. Deshaun Elliott has been a huge loss for this team. And so when the defense, when they're not doing their thing, when they're not playing like the number one defense, and they haven't in the last like 2 or 3 weeks, when they're not playing like that and the offense is turning over the ball, that's just what's going to happen. We're going to lose to the Ravens every time. We're going to lose to these good teams every time. But low key, the Ravens were kind of due for this. I won't lie to you. Like, every time we've played the Ravens in this like 3 to 4 year span, I've given them a win, because it's like, okay, they're finally going to get our get back. They're finally going to get their get back. Lamar Jackson is finally going to get his get back. Like, he's going to beat the Steelers, and like all these narratives are going to go away. And finally, December 21st, 2024, 17 years into Lamar Jackson's career, he does finally get the get back. Like, he beats a starting quarterback in Pittsburgh. The game was in Baltimore, but you know what I mean? Like, the only time Lamar's beaten us is when like Duck was out there. He finally gets the win. And here we are now sitting at, I believe, 10-4 now, 10-5, something like that. Back-to-back losses. It's not really looking too hot for us, I won't lie. This stretch of the schedule has been tough. We knew that going into it. And I would have liked to finish in this last, 4 games. I would have liked to finish with only 1 loss. But now we've dropped 2. And we let Baltimore into the playoffs today. So, like, low-key for the rivalry, it was a very tough game today. For the rivalry, for the Steelers versus the Ravens, it was very tough, because, like, letting them into the playoffs, especially when we have a chance to clinch the division with a win, it was very tough. But I'm not necessarily just like, screw this team, we're done, we're not going to win this, we're not going to win that. The goal is a playoff win. And so because we lost to the Ravens today, that doesn't eliminate the goal. That doesn't eliminate my feelings about the team. But it's very tough. Like, on these primetime games, we're supposed to look good, and we just shit the bed. It's very tough to come on here and be like, yay, Steelers, yay, team. And Mike Tomlin, man, everybody is calling for your head once again. Like, this wasn't a playoff game. This low-key, because we have clinched the playoffs. So of course, we want to win the North. We want to get that, that home field playoff game. But like, low-key, this game didn't matter the most outside of like the rivalry, okay? And because it's the rivalry, you want to win the game. And I apologize for that sound that just popped up. But you want to win the game for the rivalry. But like, in terms of like seedings and whatnot, like, we got to be honest. We weren't going to get the number 1 seed. I know early in the season when we started out undefeated, we were on our high horse. We were calling our shit. We were talking our shit. But we're not going to get the number 1 seed. Like, that's been a given. Buffalo is hooping. Kansas City just keeps winning 1-score games. Like, we weren't going to get the number 1 seed, but we wanted to win the division. And now that point is kind of up in the air with Baltimore doing their thing. And we play Kansas City 3 days from now. We play them on Christmas on Wednesday on Netflix, which is fucking ridiculous. We just had a crazy game against Baltimore. We've had a crazy game against Philly. And now we got to travel to Kansas City and play them. It's a little ridiculous. And the NFL, we'll never forgive them for this bullshit. But we all know what it is. Because we're a good team, because we are the Pittsburgh Steelers and they need primetime games, they need something for their Netflix debut. We got to be the team to do it. So it's just shitty. And today was pretty shitty, but I'm not ready to give up on this team. I'm not ready to just call it quits. We still can win a playoff game, but just right now, all of the negative feelings are going to be there. And we are, no George Pickens either. Like, we have just been very hobbled too. Minkah Fitzpatrick finally came alive. I mentioned earlier, he had that interception. He's been doing his thing all year. But, the splash plays that we've needed, the splash plays that like make the Steelers defense like an X factor, right? They haven't really been there. And now, losing Joey Porter Jr., our cornerback room is smoked, man. I won't lie to you. Like, it is really bad. And then Deshaun Elliott, who knows when he's going to come back. Our secondary is just very, very tough. Alex Highsmith played a really good game today. TJ Watt did his thing. Like, we tried. You know what I'm saying? Like, we tried, but just in these circumstances, it's just very tough to come away with wins. We have to just look forward. We have to just build some momentum going into the playoffs. Facing Kansas City, it would be such a Steelers thing to beat the Chiefs. I won't lie. It would be such a Steelers thing to beat the Chiefs and then like lose in the first round of the playoffs or whatever. So I think of course we have a chance. We have a chance against any team in the NFL, but just like as these losses stack, my confidence gets less and less. But I still love this team. I'm still, willing to say we're going to win a playoff game. Like I said, we just have to stack momentum going into the playoffs. These games matter, but they kind of don't. They only matter to get reps out there, and they only matter to escape healthy. And like I said, Joey Porter Jr. going down doesn't help that, like, let's get out of here healthy thing. George Pickens was like jumping around on the sideline, so like maybe he's going to be coming back for the playoffs. I think he is going to be coming back, but I mean, like, maybe he could have played today, but he just, he didn't. He was hurt. And just a shitty day, really. It's just a shitty day, and I'm tired of coming on here with these shitty ass losses. I'm tired of coming on here down 2 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns. We couldn't even make it close. Once again, we bit ourselves in the foot with the turnovers. Like, this team already has a hard enough time putting points on the board. This team already has a hard enough time staying in games. And so when we're having these self-inflicted errors like we did against Philly last week with the Najee fumble, and then we fast forward to this week with a Russell Wilson fumble and a Russell Wilson interception, it's just, there's no chance that we were going to win. And so we got to build from it. We got to move on. We got to look ahead to Kansas City, look to find some shit that works against them, take that into Cincinnati, and then take whatever works in that Cincinnati game into the playoffs. Because as I've mentioned over and over and over again, all that matters is we win a playoff game. It doesn't matter how we get there. It doesn't matter who we play. It doesn't matter if we're home. It doesn't matter if we're away. Nobody cares about the context. Nobody cares that we have no cornerbacks. Nobody cares that we have no wide receivers. Not too much on Van Jefferson and Ben Skoranek. Ben Skoranek was kind of hooping today too. But yeah, nobody cares. Like, nobody will factor that into the Mike Tomlin hasn't won a playoff game in 100 years thing. Like, all that they're going to see is another loss in the playoffs. And so we lost today. We just got to hope that we look better in the future. We got to continue to improve. We got to continue to get better. But I am not feeling the best. I won't lie. I'm not feeling the best. And once again, it's going to be about who we draw. I still think we can beat like Denver in the playoffs. I still think we can beat like the Chargers. I think we can beat Houston. Obviously, Tank Dell just got hurt today again. Prayers for him. But I think like we could beat these teams. It's just about the Ravens and maybe even the Bills. They're looking spooky, but we'll see against the Chiefs. If low key this Chiefs game on Christmas and bah humbug, man, it's gonna ruin my Christmas. But depending on how we look against them, then I will get like a real answer. I will get like a real narrative going about what I think the Steelers are gonna do, because we could very well just roll into Kansas City and just beat the brakes off them. You know what I'm saying? Like, we could. It is not impossible for us to do that, right? But it is also not impossible for us to get the brakes beaten off us. And Patrick Mahomes with his hurt ankle just all of a sudden is running 15 yards for a touchdown. Then he's going to run 20 yards for a touchdown. Taylor Swift is up there singing and shit. That could happen too. So, we will have to see what this team ends up becoming. Mike Tomlin, you're not on the hot seat, in real life, but on social media, on Twitter, you're on the hot seat. There's going to be a lot of Colin Cowherd takes. Stephen A. Smith is probably going to be on ESPN tomorrow, just like killing us. Everyone's going to be killing us, and it's okay. We talked a lot of shit when people were doubting us, and like low-key, we're still playing with house money, because according to a lot of people, we weren't going to be very good. But, who fucking cares if we can't get the job done? It doesn't matter what people said in the past. It's about what they say in the future. It's about what they say in the present. And right now in the present, a lot of people are saying that the Pittsburgh Steelers aren't a good football team, and so I don't like that at all. Once again, we just have to get better. We have to get some momentum going in the playoffs. And yeah, just a shitty day. Whenever you lose to a divisional opponent, it's a shitty day, especially when you lose to the Ravens, especially when Ravens fans and they're texting you. It's like, oh, well, you watching the game? This is partly my fault. I won't lie to you guys, because when we did beat the Ravens, I was talking my shit. I was like sending the texts first. Now I'm getting like 7 texts unanswered. I'm not responding to none of them. I'm very sad. So it is what it is. Anyways, those guys, I think I am gonna get out of here because it's just like, what else do I have to say? We lost to the Ravens. We had a chance to clinch the North. Instead, we let the Ravens in the playoffs. So just very tough. So I think I am going to get out of here. If you guys enjoyed, if you guys like videos about the Steelers, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications. I make these videos all the time, and so come on this journey with me. Anyways, this has been Zaya from Zaya and the Steelers, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.